So just like in previous weeks, I love all things s'mores and brownies and marshmallows. So we're going to kind of continue on that and playing with that idea. So again, this recipe seems like it's really easy, so we're going to try to have a mistake-free week. If not, that's what I'm here for, to make sure that I make those mistakes so you guys don't have to. But we're first going to start by making these brownies, which are delicious, and they actually have a fudge packet on the inside, which I'm going to use, so hopefully that doesn't mess up the recipe. But they sound delicious, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to start with that. All it asks for is just eggs and oil. So that's really simple, and just like the recipe calls for, you just make the brownies as regular, and then sprinkle the stuff on top, and then I'll show you guys how to whip the egg whites and make that kind of crusty, delicious topping to it.
So how do you get graded for this vlog? Is it just...
So, I have poured all of the ingredients in, all the fudge is in, so the brownies are almost done. And now, I'm not following the recipe because I like marshmallows, so I'm going to use more than it calls for because I think it's delicious. And this is a half a cup and this is a smaller pan. So, it's going to look a lot more in this one than it does in the other videos done, just because it's an 8x8 pan instead of using like a 9x14 pan. But that's okay. Okay, so I heard of this new way to get the egg yolk away from the egg whites. And usually whatever I was taught when I was little was just to crack it and then kind of use the half the shell to go back and forth the egg. Or if you use, if your hands are a little bit wet, you can usually pick it out as long as you don't crack the yolk. The whole point is that we need no yolk and only egg whites. So one way, which I saw on YouTube, which actually kind of works, is you always crack it, and then you use a soft water bottle. I'm sure some of you have seen this, but if you use like a water bottle like this, and then you hold the egg yolk, I hope this works. See? And then you can do the other egg. Cracking these eggs make me nervous. And then just gonna put that over there. Okay. Nope. Hey! See? And it probably would have been smart to do it separately in case one of the egg yolks broke, but you know I didn't. But if you want to keep them, that way you're not wasting any part of the egg, because the egg yolk actually has a lot of good vitamins in them that the egg whites don't. But for this case, we just need the 2 egg yolks to beat, and then that's how we'll make our meringue. Okay, so we have our 2 egg whites in a bowl, and then we're going to start off with our whisks, and you need to do it with an electric blender, mixer. Yes, that's my mom holding the camera. Because doing it with your hands just won't work as well as this, and this is just a lot faster. But if you start low and then you move it to a fast, then you can actually get the froth that you need. And what you're looking for is you want it to peak. And so when you pull, like you have it mixed in, and when you pull this out, you want it to hold the peak. So I'll probably do it for a little bit more just to make it more of a solidified peak, but that's what you're looking for when you do just the egg whites. You want it to froth around and make a peak, but you also want the mixture as a whole to be more consistent. actually good. That's stiff. It's a stiff peak, which is what we're looking for. And so just like you said, it doesn't move. It's really good. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. And so now we're just going to get our brown sugar and we're going to fold it in. So with brown sugar, you pack it. Sometimes with flour, you don't always pack it. Usually the recipe kind of verifies if you pack it or if you just leave it loose. But with the brown sugar, you want to pack it in. And so that means you literally pack it in. That way you know exactly the amount you're getting. And so you have a full half a, oh, that was pretty good. A half a cup. So we're just going to pour it straight in, like so. And then we're going to use a spatula, and we're just going to fold it into our egg whites. And you don't want to stir it vigorously because you don't want to lose your peaks. That's what makes kind of the more meringue topping. And brown sugar dissolves really well, especially in this type of mixture. So you just keep folding, which is you literally just fold it over. And we're going to keep going until we see no more crusts. And you want it to have that really consistent light brown tan type color. Okay. And so from here, that looks pretty good. We're going to walk right over here. Oh, Aurora, please don't move by all means. Okay. And we're just going to pour it straight in. Again, treat the egg whites softly. What's wrong, Waffles? And then we have a little bit more. Alright. And then just like Tasty does on their video on BuzzFeed, you just very gently mush it around the pan. And then it's ready to bake. Super simple. And then hopefully that will leave the crusty top to it, and then we'll have the melty marshmallows and chocolate milk, and then our gooey brownies on the bottom. So we'll see. Okay, so we have our beautiful finished product. We're going to take this and test it, see if stick it in, pull it out. Like you guys can see kind of clearly that it is clean. I usually try and do it a couple times because you just want to make sure, and that is not as clean. Hold on, can you focus? But I think a lot of it has to do with the chocolate chips. So I really think it's actually pretty good. But it looks really, really good. There's a beautiful crust on it, and let's see, focuses. Yeah, so there's a good layering. And the crust is really good, and it's really hot, and it feels really good. So, I'm going to let it cool completely, and then cut into it, and it should be delicious. But, it was really easy to make, really fun, super simple. I did end up covering it with the aluminum foil, which is right here. I literally just covered it, pinched the corners just like that, put little holes in it, just to vent it. I did it after 20 minutes, and then I cooked it for another 5 minutes. So it actually only took 30 minutes to cook, but it seems pretty good. Yay! I can't wait to eat it.